So today I'm sharing with you the Morphe holiday collection. Two of the palettes, I didn't pick up the like big one that had like the different like color stories in it because I didn't really want it. But these two really caught my eye. These are the 15N and the 15D palettes. These I think were like $15 each. One is called Night Master and the other one is called Day Slayer right here. I am wearing a Night Master on my eyes, but whew, I really appreciate that they now have incorporated a mirror. I hope they keep this for their other palettes, but I'm not sure if they will just because they are larger. But for like things like this, I really appreciate the mirror. Like, it makes traveling with these palettes so much easier, and the packaging itself just feels sturdier. I really like the improvement on the packaging. I hope they keep this plastic instead of the old plastic. So I really hope they start to incorporate this in all their palettes. I also want to mention that they did actually put the names of these shadows What? The glue just like... Did you guys see that? I feel like I'm Tati right now. Okay, that was a shade creative. Luckily it didn't shatter. I'll just have to like glue that, but oh my goodness, that terrified me. Like, if that had shattered, because it's a really pretty shade, if that had shattered, I would have cried. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to dip it upside down like that again. Well, not upside down, but like upright. But yeah, so they have the names of the shadows, which I really appreciate because, you know, they would have put it on like a piece of plastic and it's like, I'm going to throw that away. Why are you putting it on there? I want to know the names of these things. But I'm just going to swatch a few of the shimmers for you just so that you can see. So here are some of the shimmers. That's one swipe each. Hang on, let me wipe off my fingers. These, of course, are not brush swatches, but you kind of get the idea. I do want to mention, though, when I was putting the shimmer on my lid, so it's pigmented, but MAC Fix Plus definitely makes it more vibrant. So MAC Fix Plus didn't increase the pigment, but it definitely made it a lot more vibrant. So I do want to mention that because I went in with the purple called Excuse Me and it just looked kind of like dirty. And then I used Fix Plus and it started to look more like a purple. So I just felt I should mention that before you just, you know, jump in and buy this palette. I also now want to mention that if any of you guys have bought this palette and you have that issue with one of the shadows just kind of popping out, let me know in the comments because maybe I just got a bad one. At least it didn't shatter. So yeah, that is the Night Master. This one is more of like a purple, cranberry, warm browns color story right here. I don't know what I do. But yeah, so that is the color story for this one. Now this one is the Day Slayer palette. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Okay. Alright, so here is the Day Slayer palette. As you can see why I would love this one, but that's the reason that I didn't use this palette today, specifically just because I always do looks like this and I'm trying to do a different one, so I went with more like purples and cranberries. But I'm going to swatch a few for you guys. I never really like swatching mattes because mattes always, in my opinion, always perform better on the eyes. But shimmers, it could go either way. So here is a few swatches from the Day Slayer palette of the shimmers. Let me do one matte. I'm not sure because I don't like judging mattes off of swatches. Oh, that swatched really nice. Woo! That actually swatched beautifully. Look at that. That's really good. These aren't chalky at all. I really appreciate that. I'm really enjoying the new upgraded formula. They're doing phenomenal with that. And I've noticed this formula is similar, or the formula is the same between these two palettes. Like, there isn't really any variance. What I do like that all the shimmers basically swatch the same. Like, there really isn't any inconsistencies with the formula, which is also a plus because I know there's been an issue with a lot of companies recently. There's just been so many inconsistencies, and there isn't really any that I have noticed. So I really appreciate that as well. So I'm not going to ramble too much. I'm just going to jump right into the demo and you guys can see how I created this look, what shadows I used, and how they performed. So I'll see you guys in a second. I need to prime my eyes and I need to add some tape. So ready, set, are ready to roll. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take my large fluff brush from Sigma. This is the E50. And I'm going to be taking the shade Custom, which is just a really good base shade. It kind of matches a lot of skin tones and it's really good to set your primer. Alright, so I'm going to be taking my Sigma E40. I'm going to first diving into the shade Opal, which is just a really warm brown. It's a good transition shade. And I'm just going to dust this into my crease. Why is that looking so dark all of a sudden? That's so weird. Like, it's so weird. Why is that so dark? Did I grab my dirty one? Shoot, I probably did. It's alright, we'll work past it. By the way, if you hear barking downstairs, it's my kids. They like to pretend to be puppies. Okay, so we have that transition shade. This one looks a little darker, but I'm sure by the end of the look, we ain't gonna notice. So yeah, okay, that blended out nicely. I so far like the improved formula. Now, I'm going to be taking my same brush, you guys already know the drill, and I'm going to be going into the shade Shook. And I'm going to go right over top of Opal, but I'm just going to keep it a little bit lower. Alright, we're going to be moving right on over to Vavavoom. And I'm going to be picking up a little bit smaller brush. I'm going to be picking it up on my Sigma E45, one of my faves. I'm going to say it like I do in every video. Link below to my 4 favorite Sigma brushes I literally use every single day. I'm going to go with Vavavoom. And I'm going to define the crease a little bit more. I like this brush because it's small, but it's also... So it's fluffy, but it's a little bit smaller and it's tapered, so you can get really precise while still being able to blend it out. It's really good for that outer V because you can press it down on its side and sweep it this way and it'll really define that outer V. So I love this brush a lot. You can use it for so many different things. It's really good for the lower lash line. It's just amazing. It's also really good when you're doing a spotlight smoky eye and getting it right here because it is pointed at the top. You can get right in this corner without, you know, being messy. So that's why I like it so much, and I highly recommend this brush. Moving back to the E40, and that's when I'm going to just, no excess product, just going to blend that out. Alright, I'm going to be picking up the E40 again, and I'm going to be going down into the shade Cliche right here. And I'm going to be doing the same thing, because I think I'm kind of feeling the spotlight eye now that I've brought it up. That is a pretty shade, you guys. That is gorgeous. Really pretty. I'm picking up my MAC 242. Let's see how these shimmers do without Fix Plus. I'm going to be dipping into the shade Excuse Me right here. I like that this isn't as chunky as their original shimmers. And I'm going to be placing it... hang on. Oh, jeez. Let me see. I don't know, like it's showing up, but I just feel like it's not as vibrant, you know? Like, it's pigmented for sure, but it just looks kind of... Let me grab... Alright, so I'm going to pick it up on my brush again. I'm going to spray it this time. Yeah, see, that's just more vibrant. So, like, the pigment was fine without Fix Plus, but it just didn't have that vibrancy to it that I really wanted. Because it's purple and I don't want it to look black, you know? This tape is effed. but that line is sharp. Okay, now I'm going to take the other side of my MAC 242, and I'm going to go into the shade Unique. I think guys are ironic that they're calling it Unique because it's not very unique. Alright, now that I have that placed there, I'm going to take my E45 again, dip it into Cliche, just so I can bring a little bit of like purple back into this, whoops, purple, instead of like just looking dark. Okay, so that purple shimmer, excuse me, I'm not so sure how I feel about it. I'm still deciding, but this color Cliche is so pretty. Reminds me of Love Story from Anastasia. So now I'm going to bring some Cliche up here just to kind of separate it and make it look like more of a ombre or gradual, you know, dark to light. I also want to pick up a teeny tiny brush. This is the E36 from Sigma, and I'm going to dip it into Va Va Voom and Shook and go right up here. If you have smaller eyes, you don't have to do all these extra steps. Just, you know, I got the real estate, might as well use it. You can of course adjust every eye look to fit your eye type and your eye shape. Okay, so there is some fallout, but that's pretty typical for Morphe shadows, but it's not a terrible amount. Like I've had a lot more with like their older stuff, so they're definitely improving upon their formula. Definitely. Oh my gosh, this palett's so pretty. It was really hard not to use it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna apply some eyeliner, lashes, do some of my makeup until we want to move on to the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go take care of all that and I'll be right back. I'm picking up the flat diviner brush from Sigma, the E15, and I'm dipping it into Scene, which is like the deep dark purple. I'm pressing it right here on the lower lash line. So then I'm going to be picking up the E36 again. I'm picking up the shade Cliche in Va Va Voom. And I'm going to smoke that out. I'm going to coat my lower lashes with some mascara. That concludes the demo for the Morphe Holiday Palettes. Once again, I used the Night Master. I really want to use the Day Slayer, but you guys, I do so many warm looks that it was getting kind of ridiculous, so I decided to do something a little bit different. So anyways, just to sum up my thoughts, I really enjoyed these palettes. I think they really improved upon their formula. I don't know if they intended to do that. I'm going to look it up. But I really enjoy the formula in these palettes. It's definitely not as chunky. There's not as much fallout as their previous ones. So they've really been stepping up their game, and I really do appreciate it. I will have the exact links and prices to these palettes down below. I think you can only get them off the Morphe website, not the Ulta one. So go ahead and use whoever's coupon code you want to use. I don't have one. But yeah, so I think it's worth it to at least pick up one of these palettes. If you have the 350, do not get this one. I mean, now if you don't have it and you were interested in the 350, I'd pick this one up because it's a little bit cheaper. I think it's like 15 bucks instead of 22 or something like that. And it's like similar shades. So this would be like the miniature version of the 350 or the 350 So I would definitely pick this one up if you don't have any of those. And if you have the 35P palette, you might want to pass on this. But if you don't have it and you are interested in like the cranberries, the purples, and the warm browns, then this would be one for you. So I do like both of them. They're very travel friendly. I really enjoy that they have a mirror on them. I don't want to blind you, but yeah, that they have a mirror on them and they have the names of the shadows actually listed on the palette itself instead of like on like a little sheet or something like that. I really appreciate that, and I like the more boxier. I know the plastic just feels better on these holiday palettes. So I really appreciate the packaging. I really enjoy the formula, and overall I'm having a really good experience with these. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the new Morphe holiday collection. I will have a link to it down below. Really quickly though, my lips are the Major Matte Ultra Smooth Matte Lip Cream from Sleek Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Happy. So yeah, I thought it went really well with this look, and I'm really enjoying the formula of this so far. But anyways, other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big ol' thumbs up and make sure to comment down below. And if you are returning to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in again, and thank you so much for your further support. It really means the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, I want to invite you to check out another video, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my vlog channel if you are more into vlogs. So with that said, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Goodbye.